marketing, and we're here today. We're going to talk about the WellGuard Finishing System and why in selecting Wellborn Cabinet products that the WellGuard Finishing System makes this a product you want to choose. We have today here with us Paul Wellborn, president of the company, and he truly knows why we call it the WellGuard Finishing System. So we're going to let him tell us about how that system works.
Hello. As any good high-end furniture or cabinetry, certain things have to be done to get a good finish. Generally, when you see someone go into a kitchen display, a furniture display, or even visit somebody's homes, generally you'll notice them filling the edge of the doors. And they subconsciously do that for a reason, many times. Especially if they've been working in a woodworking factory. They want to feel how smooth it is. And that's the reason in the high quality products, if you've done your edges and all your little details just right, it should feel the same as it does in the middle of the door. Also, it should look the same. If you look at these doors here, on this table, as I move them, you should see the same sheen is generally the same all over. This is end grain, this is end grain, of course this is end grain the same as this here. If you don't properly sand these end grains, they'll be much darker than a flat surface. When they're dark, each one would be dark in the kitchen. That would show up and be very noticeable in the kitchen. So the way you prevent that is through the sanding process, which I've discussed earlier. But whenever you get into you hang this product on the finishing line, certain steps must be taken to assure that your finish is going to be good at the end of the sanding of the paint line. And one of these first things you do after properly sanded, you check, we inspect, just as we hang on line, make sure there's no rub marks during handling to get it to that point. And someone's there to inspect it and to rub off any drag marks. Then we start, the first steps taken on this is a sap stain. If you look at your lighter woods to your darker woods, you have a little variation of color. So you need to sap stain your lighter woods to match your darker woods. They still will not be exactly the same, and you don't want them, if you love wood, you really don't want the colors to be identical because it gives you some variation. But you don't want them to be enough difference there to where it's objectable to you. But as you put your sap stains on your light woods, then in many cases you put pre-stains to make your door to a darker color, particularly on maples that have a lot of grain to them, a lot of cross grain. You have to have pre-stains. Then the next stains usually are whitening stains, and then you start applying your sealers. We do some steps here because of solid wood panels, which is very important in high quality products. Solid wood is known to be higher quality. When you have that, you will have some movement of woods, so we do some pre-staining down in the edges of where the wood moves in the panel. You have what we call a floating panel, and this is critical to let it flow. It is fastened in the top and the bottom, and then the sides move somewhat according to the humidity. So the next steps is as you start glazing, after your sealers, you sand, and then you start applying your glazes. Then you put more coats of sealer. On all the flat surfaces, we have 3 coats of sealer and 1 top coat. On all end grains, we have 5 coats of sealer and also 1 top coat over the top of the surface. That's the reason that we have, and we're known to have, one of the best finishes in the market. When it comes off my paint line, we not only have inspectors throughout the paint line at every point between each operation, and we also have people sanding these between each operation to give us this smooth surface. But we can also take a product offline in our finish room to do our repair work if it needs to be done. So that each product, when we send it to the assembly lines, we want to make sure that this product is of high quality and will make a beautiful kitchen for you. When it does come off the paint line, of course they're checked very carefully, and if they pass the inspection, they'll be put in cars carried to the assembly lines and join up with the rest of the cabinets be loaded onto a truck and come to your home if you order one of our kitchens.
Well, you mentioned solid wood. Within our product today, we have cherry, hickory, oak, and maple, all available in solid wood product. But also, in addition to that, all of that wood comes from here in the United States. We are made in America, and that's certainly true throughout our product line as we talk about all of our doors. In speaking about the quality that's occurring in our product, you can be assured that your product was purchased from here, it came into our mills, it was completely handmade here at Wellborn in Ashland, Alabama, and truly made in the USA, which represents a good quality product you can count on.
And as Angela has mentioned, we do make all of our moldings. There's very few little small moldings that we don't make, but 98% or 99% of the moldings that go with our kitchens of all types, even rope moldings, they're made here at our factory. We also make all of our own turnings for our tables. We're completely American made, as Angela mentioned, and we're very proud of it. And we've got so many good people here, and they've worked here many, many years, and they're very good craftsmen, and it certainly shows in our product. And we're very thankful for that.